So on Schoology, I have a bunch of different areas, but those
Right.
first 5 whole numbers, decimals, fractions, percents,
Uh-huh.
and ratio and proportions is what I consider to be like the foundational area. So if you're tight in those areas, so that's why it's important to have like an 80 or above in those areas. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Good
fine.
evening. Right, you got to click on the GED Math Monday link, not the one-on-one session link, because that's the session you're in now. You went to the one-on-one link. So click on the link that I sent today in your email. Okay, I'm gonna resend it to you now. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. I apologize.
No, that's fine.
People trying to get in for some reason. They've been like this, like the second or third person that's clicked the wrong link. So maybe I sent out the email, didn't say, you know, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I thought I just copied it. GED Math Monday link. Today is the 13th.
Oh gosh.
And then let me paste that in. Here we go. So, all right, so it's 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. I think I saw Penny come in.
Hi.
How you doing, Penny?
I'm
Again,
good.
Penny is the person who gave us the link for the online TI-30XS calculator. So if you don't have one, there's one location that Penny gave to us.
Yes.
So you want to make sure you use that link. So if you don't have the calculator, if you didn't buy it, you can use that link.
I told you it's gonna cut you off.
Okay.
Sorry, excuse me.
No problem. So
Yeah,
what
I
I
did my
want to
practice test today and I got 152. So I definitely need more practice. I kind of freeze up when I'm doing it.
So you got 152?
Yeah.
So what I would say is this. This is what I would say. With a 152, you're ready to take the exam. So what I would do is schedule a one-on-one with me. We'll go over the ones you got wrong and go ahead and take your test.
Okay. Which
Right,
they
so
have a special now too. If when you take it, if you sign up the same day, you get to take unlimited tests for 90 days.
Say that again.
When you take the GED practice ready, and then after you pass that, you have if you sign up on the same day, they give you 90 days for unlimited tests.
Wow. Oh, I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna have a lot of my students check that out. What state are you in?
Illinois.
Because I don't know if that's for every state, because I didn't see that, but I will check definitely. A student did call me yesterday, and he said that what he saw, he was from New York, I believe. If you take your test, and you don't pass it, the retake is free, so you don't have to pay for the retake.
Oh.
So I think even though it's GED.com, based on your location or your IP address, it may be different specials that's being run. But what I will do is I'll put because I did professional development for GED, so I'll reach out and see what kind of promotions they're running. All right, so we have a couple things that student had asked either in mail or in email or in sessions. One of them was quadratic equations. So I want to do a couple quick examples on quadratic equations. So let me share my screen again. I forgot I didn't have my screen shared. So one of the examples is here. It's a multiple choice. A solutions were -5 and 2. B -2 and -1. C was 2 and 7. And D was 5 and 10. It says solve. What is the solution set? What is the solution set? I probably should have just typed it in because my handwriting is horrible with this thing. So how do you know that this is this a quadratic equation? And how do you know?
Square.
You're right, because the term with the highest degree is squared. So because the term, the highest degree is to the second power or squared, that's how you know it's a quadratic equation. So to me, yes, this is a quadratic equation. Is this in standard form? No, it is not. Because standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So, but to me, so people have problems factoring this and solving it. So I'm gonna factor it, and then I'm gonna solve it, and then I'm gonna show you how to use the calculator fairly quickly. This problem is considered difficult on your exam. If you have the ebook and you know how to store a value, this is a 15 to 30 second problem, like literally. Okay, so first of all, in order to solve this, we want to make it in standard form. So I need to get rid of this 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. And I'm going to get x squared plus 3x minus 4 minus 6 is minus 10 equals 0. Now it is in standard form. So now you can identify your A, B, and C. Your A is 1, your B is 3, your C is minus 10. So if your A is equal to 1, okay, you factor C. So you find the factor pairs for negative 10. And what I mean by factor pairs are two numbers that you can multiply together to get minus 10. So 1 and minus 10, 2 and minus 5. 3 doesn't go into 10, 4 doesn't go into 10, 5 goes into 10, but we already have 5 on our list. So then we're going to go on the other side and we're going to change the signs. Minus 1 and 10 and minus 2 and 5. So now we now have all the factor pairs that'll give you minus 10. So what we're now going to do, this is very important. Once you find the factor pairs, you want to find what pair is going to give you B. Okay, what pair is going to give you 3? So here, 5 minus 2 is 3. So that's the pair. If you combine them together, will give you 3. So we have now factored it. You just use those two numbers. So x minus 2 and x plus 5. This is factored. But they're asking us to find a solution set. That means what values would solve this quadratic equation. In order to find the solutions, you need to find the zeros. What values of x would make the zero? That's fairly easy if you got whole numbers. The opposite of minus 2 is what?
2.
2 plus 2. And the opposite of plus 5 is what?
Minus 5.
Minus 5. So now you just found your answers. That easy. That's how
It's
easy that problem is right there.
Yes, A.
Okay. Now, so that's how you do it algebraically. To me, and this is, if you bought the ebook, if you've been practicing with your calculator, this problem is done even way faster than that. And let me show you. I'm literally going to show you. I'm gonna erase. Oh, did I take a picture? I hope I did. Let me undo and take a picture. So if you go back and see the screenshot, you'll be able to see everything that's done. So let me take a screenshot, and now let me erase it. And I don't know how many people actually use the screenshots. I know people use the video a lot, using the video, so that's good. But I do include the screenshot so you know what steps you need to take. Okay, so you can pause the video and see what steps you've taken to solve it. Now, I'm gonna grab my calculator again. Again, this calculator, taking the GED exam, should be your best friend. Anytime you begin to study, you should have this calculator out. You should have 3 things out: scrap paper, your formula sheet, and your calculator. Okay. Let me get my calculator, and then I'm gonna show you how fast this can be done, like literally like seconds. So let me clear the calculator. So I know what the quadratic equation is. Now, if you're using a calculator, you don't have to change it to standard form. Watch this. So they're giving you the answer. So the answer either -5 or 2. So I'm gonna do -5, store x. I'm gonna plug in my quadratic equation. X squared plus 3x minus 4. If this is a solution, what value should I get when I press enter? If -5 is a solution, what should I see on my calculator when I finish?
-5.
-5?
Yep.
No, not -5. No.
+5.
2.
6.
6.
6. Because that's what the equation says. Remember what the equation is. What the equation is has an equal sign. So when I plug in the value of x, so what you're really doing when you're using a calculator is you're taking -5 and you plugging it in everywhere you see x. So you're gonna have -5 squared plus 3 times -5 minus 4 is equal to 6. So 25, right? Minus 15 minus 4 equals 6. 25 minus 19 equals 6. 6 equals 6. That's if you were doing it by hand. Understand what an equation means. Whatever you put for that value, you should see on the other side of that equal. So now when I press enter, watch this. What do I expect to see? A 6. Now I'm done. That took 15 seconds. But you got to do both values. So now we're going to do the 2 store x. And we're going to type in the same thing. X squared plus 3x minus 4. Again, do I get 6? Yes, I'm done. 15 to 20 seconds. No stress. No worrying about sign numbers. No changing to standard form. But that's if they give you the solutions. Okay. Now, you're probably asking, then why, Mr. Tinsley, why do you have to change it to standard form? Well, we change it to standard form when we're solving it by factoring. Okay. That's why you change it to standard form, because it's easier to factor when you set it to 0. Okay. So let me clear it real quick. And let me put this at full size so you can see it if you go back over it. And again, all this is detailed in the ebook, and I give you several examples and several things that you can practice. Okay. The next thing I want to show you, hold on. I can't find it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. Another example of a question you might see is 2x plus 4 times x minus 4. A is 2x squared. B is 2x squared minus 16. C is 2x squared plus 12x minus 16. D is 2x squared minus 4x minus 16. So what I wanted you to do is right now, with this question, hold on, let me put actually what it says, multiply. I want you to send me your answer. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to do this problem.
Okay.
Hold on, Mr. Tiz, you gotta be kidding me. You can't give me a minute to solve this problem. You gotta be out of your mind. I can't do this in a minute. So, okay, minute might be two. So what I'll do is I give you a minute and a half.
I don't know.
And let's see what we get.
Bye.
So what I want you to do is,
no, don't call me.
do this. I want you to do this problem, and I want you to send me the answer in the chat. Is it A, B, C, or D? And I want to see how fast you get it. I'm gonna put the timer on. I'll give up to 2 minutes. But any of these problems, the reason you should be timing yourself is because you should be able to do these problems within 2 to 3 minutes. On average, you have 3 minutes per question. So what I want you to do is as you're timing yourself, you'll have that internal clock. So when you know you get to 2 to 3 minutes, you know if you haven't solved it yet, move on, flag it for a review and come back to it. So I've already got an answer. You sent the answer to everyone, so I can't tell you whether that's right or wrong. Please send the answer just to me.
I don't
Mr.
know
Tinsley.
because I use my phone.
Mr.
Yes.
Tinsley,
Yes.
I'm not gonna be able to do anything because I'm out.
Okay. No
Okay.
problem. So once you get your answer, send the answer to me in the chat. So when you go to chat, you change that drop down arrow till you see my name and then hit send.
Okay.
Okay. Now I
Okay.
can't tell you that's whether correct or not. So that's choice. I got a C, I got a D, and I got a C. Okay. And I got a D. So everybody's picking between C and D. That about it. That was already, that was 30 seconds. Believe it or not. Again, you will right now, you might not appreciate it as much, but my advice to you is when you're practicing, set that timer. Each problem you do, set it for 3 minutes. Take your phone out, set it for 3 minutes. If you finish that problem before 3 minutes, restart it when you go to the next problem. Your goal is to be able to finish each problem within 3 minutes. If not, you'll know the type of problem on the test. You'll know to skip when you get there. So if you keep practicing using Schoology, you'll see the types of problem that give you difficulty, and you know to flag for review and skip those. Okay, so it's a strategy to everything I'm doing. I'm not trying to put pressure on you. What I'm trying to do is to give you a strategy to be able to pass this exam. Okay, another C, another D. Okay. How many people do we have? Let me see. Okay, that is time up. Let me see, 4, 8. So 8, 3, 6, 10. So we got 10 here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more people. Oh, Nina says she can't answer. So I need an answer from 2 more people, it looks like. All right, so time is up. We'll go over. If you didn't know how to do this problem, what I can say is this is a problem you must know how to do. You must know how to multiply binomials. Or what is a binomial? Binomial. So bi means 2. A monomial means 1. Polynomial means many. So when you have to multiply binomials, means you're multiplying by 2 terms by 2 terms. Okay. So first of all, the first thing I want you to look at is the first 2 and the last 2. So the first thing we're going to look at is 2x times x. What is 2x times x?
2x squared.
2x squared. So all of these multiple choice have 2x squared. So we can't eliminate. What is plus 4 times minus 4?
0.
Nope. But it's plus 4 times minus 4.
Negative 16.
Negative
Yeah.
16. So B, C, and D, all as their last term, have minus 16. But right away, what are we able to do? We're able to eliminate A.
A.
All right, so let's do it. So 2x times x
2x squared.
is 2x squared. 2x times minus 4
Is negative. Is 2x minus 4 times minus 4
times minus 4
is 8 x negative 8x.
negative 8x. So again, understand what we're doing. We're multiplying 2x times everything in the second parentheses. So now that we finished, now we're going to do plus 4. What is plus 4 times x?
4x.
4x.
4x. And then we already did 4 times minus 4 is 16, negative 16.
Okay.
So what you should notice now is we have like terms. What 2 like terms do we have?
See, I'm on my phone. I can't really see it. Okay.
Minus 8.
8 and 4x.
4.
Minus 8x
8 and 4x.
and 4x. Those are called like terms.
Like terms.
Okay, what is minus 8 plus 4?
Minus 4x.
Minus 4.
Yeah.
So what do we have left? 2x squared minus 4x minus 16. So if you chose C, you were incorrect. The correct answer is D. Again, this is another guaranteed problem. You have to multiply by numbers. But if you notice, again, what is the answer? 2x
I didn't know
squared.
this was a 4.
It looked like a Y.
It looked like a Y.
Yes, I
Okay.
see it's Y. And that's why I choose C.
Sorry about that. Sorry. So
Give us
again,
another one. Give us another one because I thought it was a
no.
Y.
So remember, multiplying binomials, if you notice, if you look at all the answers, you get a quadratic equation. So it's that concept, it should be familiar with you. Is this solving a quadratic equation? Is this factoring a quadratic equation? No, but the answer that you're getting most of the time when you ask you to multiply will be a quadratic equation. It may not be, it may be, but make sure you know how to multiply binomials. Okay, one last one with quadratic equations.
Give
And
us
this one,
another one.
oh, that's the same one, I believe. I can just make one up if you want me to. I can just make
Make
one
one
up.
up because I thought
Okay.
that was a Y.
All right, I'm gonna make one up.
I'm gonna try this one.
Here we go. So let me do it. So A, B, C, or D. I'm gonna start the timer now for let's see, I'll give you 2 minutes. Send me your answer in the chat.
Oh no.
I don't know how to send it. I'm sending it for everyone.
Okay,
Because
I'm
I'm
gonna put
using-
mine on. What else?
Yeah.
I got? Okay.
Okay, I have an answer of A. I have an answer
a
of
minute.
C. I have another answer of B. I have an answer of C.
How do I put my name in? How do I put my answer in here? I have.
So in the chat, when you want to chat, you select my name
Yeah.
and then put your answer and then hit enter.
Okay.
Okay, I got
Okay,
another
I got it.
another C.
I think that's. Let me see what I'm picking. I think that's what. Can I just put what I wrote? I'm gonna just put what I wrote.
No, you can just put the letter A, B, C, or D. Make it real simple.
Okay, because I can't see the answers now when I go. Okay, what I do?
So,
Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I believe I got it anyway. I'll put my
So I
letter.
have
There we
one
go.
A, 2 B's, and 4 C's, 5 C's, and now I have a D, and I have another C, 6 C's. So right now it looks like most people have chosen C, but I do have 2 B's, 1 A, and 1 D. Let's see where we are when we finish. And again, I
was
set this
wrong.
timer for 2 minutes, and believe it or not, time is almost up.
Oh,
You should hear it ring in about 5 seconds. And then we'll go over it.
I hope that's right.
Okay. Time is up. All right. So first of all, again, what did I say I want you to do in this exam? I want you to look at the first term and I want you to look at your last term first, because a lot of times we can eliminate 2 of the answers. Well, 3, oops, let me change my color to blue.
Well, can't you do A and B?
What's 3x times x?
3x
It's
squared.
3x squared.
So,
Yeah.
so they all have 3x squared.
X
What's,
squared, yeah.
what's plus 5 times minus 3?
It's
Minus
negative 15. Yeah.
Minus 15. Just
Yeah.
by doing that, you eliminate A, because you
Yeah.
know the last term is minus 15.
It's negative.
Mhm.
Usually on the GED exam, they'll have 2 with positive and 2 with negative. So usually using this small trick really quick, we'll get rid of 2 examples. I mean, two of the multiple choice. Okay, so 3x times x
3x
is 3x squared.
Mm-hmm.
3x times minus 3
minus 9x
Yeah.
minus 9x.
X. Yes.
5 times x
plus
It's
5x
5x. Yeah.
equal 5x.
Yeah.
And then we already did plus 5
Minus
times
15.
minus 3,
It's
which is
negative 15.
minus
Yeah.
15.
Minus
Do we have
15.
any like terms?
Yes.
Negative
9x
9
plus
and
5x
5x. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is minus 9 plus
minus
5?
4 Minus
Negative
4x.
minus 4x again. So we get 3x squared minus 4x
X
minus 15. So if you select this C, you will
Yes.
okay. Now, if you pick B, if you pick D, it doesn't matter. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. So right here, Mr. Tinsley, he timed me 2 minutes and I got it wrong. It was too fast. But again, you have the video to go over it. And what you want to do is, again, everything I'm doing is going to work to your benefit. So the reason why I'm timing you is so you will have that mindset when you go into the exam. When you approach that 3-minute mark, you know to skip, move on, and come back to it. Okay. So I want you to get in the habit of timing yourself. Okay. That was the last one. I thought I had 3 of them. I had a nice quadratic equation, but I must have closed it up. So let me minimize that. Now, the next question I had was in Schoology. Where did I put it?
Do you have worksheets on these here problems?
So do I have worksheets? No. Yes. No. Yes. In Schoology, you have online practice that you can go into anytime. So in Schoology, in CK12, if you use the CK12 online versions, you can download a worksheet. Some people like to work with the worksheets. To me, I don't like working with the worksheets. This is me, because why? If I give you worksheets, right? Then I have to mark them, right? And then you got to wait the next week. But if you do it online, you get your feedback right away. So you know whether you're right or wrong right away.
Okay.
So to me, that's more important. So so as some of my students are here tonight, in class, I give out worksheets or we go over the worksheets. But online, you want to be able to get your feedback right away, because you want to know if you got 80 or above, or if you made a mistake. Oh, hold on, let me see. I know what I wanted to do. The GED most missed questions. Was this it? So I put this up yesterday and or last week, and I wanted to make sure this is most missed questions. This came from years ago. This is not the one I think I sent out to everybody previously, but I want to make sure we did compute the area and circumference of circles, the area. We did that last week. But this one, it says find the height and perimeter of an isosceles triangle whose area is 12 square feet and whose base is 6. What? Like, who know how to answer that question? What? That seems like a very, I mean, I don't know. Is it me, or does that seem very difficult? First of all, does anybody know what an isosceles triangle is?
You got 3 different sizes. I believe if that's correct. I'm not
3
sure.
different sides. Okay, so let me make sure we understand the types of triangles by side. So hold on for 1 second.
Yeah.
Types of triangles. Okay, there are 3 you should be familiar with. Okay, if all the sides are equilateral, that's all sides equal.
Yeah.
Isosceles sounds like a mythical character from mythology. 2 sides are equal.
2 sides. Okay.
And then does anybody know the third one?
Oh my gosh, I do. Okay. And then isosceles and
Aileen,
I don't know what is going on here. I don't know why. I'm trying to put
Aileen.
scalene.
That's it. That's it.
Scalene.
That's it.
Scalene. No sides are equal.
Yeah, none.
Okay, so you have to be familiar with that. This is the types of triangles by sides. Okay. You also have to be familiar with the types of triangles by angle. Okay. So
Yes.
you have acute, which is less, one of the angles is less than 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, all angles are less than 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Obtuse
Mm-hmm.
is one angle is greater
Then
than
90
90 degrees.
That equals 180. No, that's
And then you have a right triangle. One angle is equal
90 degree.
to 90 degrees. So in that problem, which is one of the most missed questions, now that was from years ago. That was like when the test first came out, like 2014. There's a new version. I will find it. So let's make sure we got this. So let's go back to that question. And it said, find the height and perimeter of a isosceles triangle whose area is 12 and whose base is 6. Okay. So the area is 12. So always identify what you know.
okay.
The base is 6 feet, right? And they want to find, what did they want to find? I forgot that quick. They want to find the height
Mm-hmm.
and the perimeter. Wow. Find the height in the perimeter. This is considered, find the height and perimeter. This is considered a difficult problem. Okay. Is it difficult? For some people. For some people, it may seem pretty easy, but this is considered by GED a difficult problem. Why? Because you got to find two things, the height and the perimeter. So we identify what we know. So anytime they give you a formula, an answer to a formula, you write that formula down. Area equal 1/2 base times height. That is the formula to find the area of a triangle. Is everybody familiar with that?
Yes.
So they gave us the area. So instead of the A, we're going to put what number?
12.
12 equal 1/2. We don't know
1/2.
the base. I mean, we do know the base and we don't know the height. Everybody
Right.
understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is 1/2 of 6?
6. I mean, 1/2 of 6 is 3.
Okay. Now, in order to solve for H or to get H by itself, what do we need to do?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. It's
3's
4.
cancel. So we
4.
now know the height.
It's 4. Yeah.
It's 4.
So we know the height is 4. But this is the problem.
The
Okay.
perimeter.
When you draw this triangle,
Mm-hmm.
we know the base is 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the height it's 3.
4.
We know the height is 4.
4, yeah.
Okay. That base, when you have an isosceles, that makes it divides that base into half. So if you look at it, let me change the color. Now we only looking at right here because we want to find this missing side. What you should see now is a right triangle. So now what you should see is that triangle on the left, this is 4, this is 3, and this is unknown. You should now recognize that this is a Pythagorean theorem problem because to find the missing side of a right triangle, we use Pythagorean theorem. If you bought my ebook, you should know that the two most common triangles on standardized exams are 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, or 5, 12, 13. So without using Pythagorean theorem, the two legs are 3 and 4. That makes the hypotenuse what? 5. And again, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Again, this is why this is a difficult problem. But if you recognize that this is a 3, 4, 5, the fact that both legs are 3 and 4 makes the hypotenuse 5. So now I know that this is 5. But they also told us this was an isosceles triangle. So I know two sides are equal. So if this side is 5, this side is also 5. So the perimeter is now 5 plus 5 plus 6, which is 16 feet. This is a hard problem. It just takes a lot of steps. Not only do you need to know the formula for area, you need to know the formula for perimeter, but you also need to know the Pythagorean theorem to find the missing side of a right triangle. So, again, I will be prepared. Now, I don't think they're going to give you this problem. This seems very difficult. They usually give you one or the other. So they might say, what is the height? Or they might say, what's the missing side? Usually don't ask for perimeter and the height. But I will be prepared. If you know how to do this problem, you could be prepared for anything they're going to give. So the perimeter will be 16 and the height will be 4 to answer that question. Again, and this is on their list that they distribute as one of the most missed questions on the GED exam. Okay?
Miss Tinsley, where you get 5?
Okay, a wonderful question. Where did I get 5? I love it. And that's what these sessions are for. You cannot be scared to ask a question. That's why we're here. If you have a question, somebody else might have that same question. So we have an isosceles triangle. Those 2 tick marks mean both of those sides are equal. We said this was 6. Because we
Yes.
knew the area, we found that the height was 4.
4.
Okay. So what I need you to see is this right here. We have another triangle inside of the bigger triangle. Can you see that?
Yes.
So since that base was 6, that means this side is 3, this side is 3. Understand that?
Yeah.
So now we pull that out and we got one triangle where this side is 3, this side is 4. Okay, so remember, our formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. When we talk about Pythagorean theorem, this is your leg A, this is your leg B. It doesn't matter what you call A and B, you can switch those. But the angle opposite the 90-degree angle is always your C, or called your hypotenuse.
Mm,
So this is my A, this is my
Yeah.
B. Hold on, Mr. Tinsley, I thought you said that was your A and that's your B. What did I also say? It doesn't matter what you call A, it doesn't matter what you call B. All I know is that the side opposite the 90 degrees must be my C. So it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna substitute those in. So remember, always start with the formula. So A is 3, B is 4. We don't know what C is. Can anybody tell me what 3 squared is?
It's
3 3
9. 9.
All right. Can
Plus
anybody tell me what 4 squared is?
16.
16.
Equals C squared. What's 9 plus 16?
25.
25.
Okay, now I'm gonna move this over here. I apologize, I ran out of room. Move this over here. So 25 is equal to C squared. Now, how can I get C? Remember, the whole purpose of algebra is to get the variable by itself. But C squared doesn't say C equal. How can I get C all by itself? What do I need to
We're
do?
gonna
What is
square it.
You
We're
got
gonna
square
square.
root it.
We're
You
gonna
find the
find, we're
square
gonna
root.
take the square root.
Square root, yeah.
The inverse operation of squaring is square root. So we take the square root of both sides. The square root
remove
of
them.
something squared is just C. They cancel each other out. And does
Mhm.
can anybody tell me the square root of 25?
5.
5. Okay. So now this side is 5. But now this triangle was the smaller triangle of a bigger triangle. So if this side is 5 here, this side is also what?
5.
5. So now if you want to find the perimeter of a triangle is side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. Now you must remember, this is the mistake a lot of people make. The perimeter is the distance around.
A round
using that
shape.
4.
Mhm.
We're not using that 4. That's inside. The perimeter of the entire triangle that we're talking about is 5 plus 5 plus 6. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
16. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love questions. Hold on for 1 second. I just got an email. So the young lady who passed last week, she didn't, hold on, where are you? She didn't want to, I just lost the email. I lost the email. I just saw it. I must have deleted or swiped it or something. But anyway, I just read it while I was going over that problem. So this young lady found my videos, found the ebook, bought the ebook. She had failed 2 or 3 times. She had like a 136. She went through the ebook, then she went to Schoology to practice. She got a 153, I believe it was. I think she said. I'll find the exact email. But that all was in a short period of time. So she just wanted to say, make sure you're focused on linear equations and using the calculator. So that's I lost the email. I don't know how. I got a lot of emails today, so and then it popped up. I don't know how I lost it, but anyway, I apologize. But she just wanted to give that little advice to everybody that's taking the exam. Go through the ebook, make sure you know how to use your calculator, make sure you know how to do linear equations. So if you notice, it's a lot of the same things that I've been telling you. Okay. So that was one of the questions, most missed questions. Now this one here, find the area and perimeter of the following figure of that circle. Right? Let me show you. Wow. Would you look at that problem? Would anybody even know how to? Now, I can tell you this for almost guaranteed that you're not going to see anything this hard. Even though this is on their list as one of the most missed questions. What they're doing is, if you know how to do this problem, you can probably do any other problem they're going to give you. Okay. This problem has how many shapes? This
Two
problem,
shapes.
2 shapes.
Two.
What are the 2 shapes?
Square and circle.
There's a square and a circle.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you have to observe, that you have two square. Now, the reason why I know you won't, now, guess what? You will see this problem on college entrance exams, but I doubt if you see it on the GED. But if you, what you should notice is that this is 3/4 of the circle.
Yes.
This is 3/4 of the circle. So how do you find the perimeter? It's because they want you to find the area and perimeter. So the perimeter of a circle is what? Does anybody know?
It's circumference of circle.
And what's the circumference of a circle?
2 pi r or pi times d.
Okay. Now, because they gave me the radius in this example, I'm going to use this first one. Okay. So 2 pi times 3, which is 6 pi. And we'll multiply by 3.4 in a minute. But now, this shape here, remember, perimeter is distance around. This is 3, and this is 3, because it's a square. So now, I know my perimeter of this whole shape is 6 pi plus 6. Does everybody understand where I got that 6 from? The additional 6, 3, not 3 squared, 3 here, and 3 here. So that's where that 6 came from. Because perimeter is distance around. We're adding them. So the perimeter, the 3/4 of the perimeter. Hold on, Mr. Tinsley, I thought you said if the perimeter, if the circumference of the circle is 6 pi, we don't have the circumference of the entire circle. This is the mistake most people make. They think the answer is 6 pi plus 6. It is not. once we find the circumference of the entire circle, we must take 3/4 of it. So we must take 6 pi and multiply it by 3/4. So again, we know how to multiply fractions. Let's find the greatest common factor, which is 2. So 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. And we're going to multiply across. So 3 times 3 is 9 times pi over 2. So that is the circumference of 3/4 of that circle. Then we add 6. So the final answer of the perimeter of the following figure will be 9 pi over 2 plus 6. And again, if we use our calculator, let me erase this left side. And I know you're sitting here thinking like, oh my goodness, Mr. Tinsley, I would have never thought to do that problem. I don't know how did you even, so again, it starts with small steps. Identify what's given. I have a circle. I have a square. How do I find the perimeter of a circle? Well, that's the same thing as circumference. Okay, so you start small first. Okay, now if I'm using my calculator, let me clear this for a second. Let me grab my calculator. Let me clear everything out. So again, it was 9 pi over 2 plus 6, right? I think that's what it was. I can't remember that quick. I think it was 9 pi over 2. So again, how would you put in your calculator? ND, 9 times 3.14 divided by 2 plus 6. Then we get our answer. The perimeter of that object is 20. Now, hold on, Mr. Tin, that was only one part of the question because they also asked for the area. They also asked for the area, right? They also asked for the area. This is why I don't like this question. The area is inside. So remember, area is inside, right? What GED didn't understand is when they ask you to find this area, you got to do two things. Here, we're going to do the same thing that we did previously. We're going to take the area of the circle. We're going to take 3/4 of that area. And then we're going to take the area of the square and add them together. So when we find the area of a circle, what is the area of a circle? Does anybody know?
It's pi r squared.
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared. Area equal pi. We know the radius. The radius is from the center to any edge, which is 3. So basically 9 pi. Our area is 9 pi. We need to find 3/4 of that. So 9 pi times 3/4. I don't like this problem at all, but it's okay. It's nothing we can simplify here. So 27 pi over 4. Now, the area of the square is length times width, or S squared. Remember, a square is also a rectangle, so you can use length times width. Or you could think side squared. So it doesn't matter. You can either do 3 times 3 or 3 squared, and we still get 9. So we want to add those two. So our final area is 27 pi over 4 plus 9. And again, we're going to use our calculator. 27 over 4. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just erase this left side and bring the calculator in. So when you have a combined shape like that, which you probably will get, it probably won't be anything this hard. They probably gonna get a rectangle and a circle, or a triangle and a square. Just remember, start with small steps. So ND, 27 times 3.14 over 4 plus 9. You want to use your calculator for almost everything to do your calculations. So your area is 30 square feet. Okay. So usually you don't have 3/4 of a circle. Usually either if they give you a circle, it's either whole circle or half circle. Okay. Let me clear it. Let me show you what I did on the calculator. So when you go back over this video, you might be sitting there like, oh my goodness, Mr. Tinsley. Oh, well, what you're gonna do is take your time as you walk through the video, make sure you take notes and you walk yourself through the same steps to make sure you get it. That's it. It's another one I saw right here that somebody gave me in my email also, which is this one right here. In June, Sam worked 45.5 hours, and in July, he worked 35 hours. What is the percentage decrease in his hours from June to July to the nearest percent? Does anybody know how to do this problem? Does anybody know how to do this problem?
Is it
Anybody?
new minus old?
Who said that? Who said that?
Penny.
Penny, right. So what is it again? So percent change. So this is why I'm saying this. This wasn't really recently. You didn't see a whole lot of percent change on the GED, but I've been getting emails. The last several tests, percent change is on the exam.
It's gonna 30%.
So percent change is equal to, what did you say, Penny?
New minus old.
You got a new, yeah, you got a new minus the old.
Over what?
I
Is
guess
that,
the percent.
old, yeah.
So this is the
oh.
formula to find
New,
percent
old.
change. Okay, so when you say percentage decrease or percentage increase, that tells you it's a percent change problem.
I subtract the first, then divided by the old.
So again, I would use my calculator from the door. If I know my formula, okay. Now again, this is a formula that's not on your formula sheet. There's no percent change formula on your formula sheet. You must know this.
Okay.
New minus old divided by old. Okay. New minus old. Now, if you notice, I have it in parentheses. Why? Because if you don't do the new minus old first, what it's going to do is do new divided by old minus old divided by old. So it's going to do new divided by old minus 1. That's not what we want. We want to subtract the two values and to divide by the old value. So how do you decide what's new and what's old? Can anybody tell me?
It's 45.
Okay, June.
35.
Okay.
So 45 is the old or the new?
Old.
How do you know that's the old?
Because it's
Because in
June is
June.
before July.
Because listen, and I know you might be saying, why is he asking that question? I know the
No.
answer to that. Listen, this is where a lot of people make their mistakes.
Right.
On simple things like that, because they think 45 is the greater number. They think that's the new value. June is before July. So old is 45.5. So new is 35 minus 45.5 over 45.5. A lot of people reverse those numbers and they get this problem incorrect. You must identify your old and your new value. Remember, what is the first thing I said? Identify what's given. So now we're going to grab our calculator. Don't even play around.
All right.
Don't play around. Use that calculator.
Okay.
As much as you can. So I'm going to hit ND because I know I'm dividing. My parentheses, 35 minus 45.5, close my parentheses, hit my down arrow, 45.5. I'm going to hit enter. Hold on. What's minus 0? It can't be minus 0. There's no way it could be minus 0. So that That means I
No.
don't have, that means I have my calculator, it's rounding
right.
off.
Right. I got the
No,
same
what
thing.
answers expected? There's no way that could have been -0. You ever seen a -0? So what
No.
happens is that means my calculator, I never changed it back when I was showing somebody how to round.
Miss
I never
Tinsley, Miss
changed it back.
Tinsley, Miss, I put 45.5 minus 35 over 35. It gives me 0.30, and I change it to the percent. It gives me 30%.
But
Is
listen
right?
to what you just said. Listen to what you just said. You said 45.5 minus 35. You
Over.
again, you reverse the numbers. It needs to be 35 minus 45.5 over 45.5. So you
Okay.
got a 30% increase when you reverse those numbers. So remember, that's the common mistake that I just talked about that people make. You gotta identify that old and new. So now, how you know it's a decrease is because the number starts with a negative. So now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna change this to a percent. Let the computer, let the calculator do it for you. Let it change to a percent. So if I round that off to the nearest percent, it decreased by 23%. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
This is a percent change problem. Recently, I've had a lot of people tell me that this type of problem, oh, I found that message. I found that message. Let me read it to you. Hold on. Let me read it to you. I struggled passing the math test. I took the test 3 times and had to wait to take it again. I was scrolling through your YouTube and started watching the videos. I bought your ebook and I passed on my 4th try. My scores went from 138 to 147. I could have gotten a higher score, but I ran out of time.
Wow.
Make sure to tell your class, give slopes a lot of attention. If make sure you focus on linear equations and slopes, and you'll get a higher score than me. I just wanted to pass. Make sure. And so she said, do not give up. So what that implies is, in her mind, when she failed those 3 times, she was thinking about giving up.
Wow.
She found my videos and found a quicker way to do some of the more difficult problems. And that's why I made the ebook. That's why I do these classes. Because most people, I'm telling you, most people do not pass because either they don't finish, because they spend too much time on the difficult problems, or they have problems with algebra and linear equations. Okay, so let me increase this calculator so you can see all the steps that I take to do the percent change. And believe it or not, it's already 7 o'clock. Flies when you're having fun. I thought we was gonna be able to go over more on this sheet. Again, this is they put out this years ago, and I got a more up to date one. I just have to find it. But what do you see? Locate the points on a coordinate plane, guaranteed. What is the slope of y equal minus 5x plus 2? Guaranteed. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points minus 4, 3, and 2, 1? Guaranteed. Now, they don't ask you to graph, but what they'll do is they'll show you graphs, and they'll say which one of these graphs is the equation y equal 2x minus 1, which you should be able to do right away and say, oh, my slope is 2. My y-intercept is -1. So the first thing you're looking at, so if I have a graph, first thing I'm looking for is going through -1, because my y-intercept is -1. So if I have a slope going up, that's going through +1. It can't be that. Okay, so 2 things you have a positive slope, so you know it's going up from left to right, and you know it's going through -1. So now that's what I'm looking for. Now, if I have 2 problems that go through -1, then I got to actually do the slope rise over run. But that's the type of questions that you can expect. Anytime you see anything as the most missed questions that GED puts out, you study those questions because you're going to see them in one form or another. So again, have your questions ready for Mondays. You can either send them to email. Zara, usually I start at 6 o'clock. I usually go to 7. Sometimes I go to 7:15, 7:30, but usually I'm scheduled for 6 to 7. I do make sure your email, if you're new to the session tonight, make sure you put your email in the chat, because after I download it, after the session is over, I download it and I upload it to YouTube. So even if you miss it, oh, I did want to show you this too. I definitely want to show you this, because somebody sent me an email, and what they said was, Mr. Tinsley, I love your class, but I don't know what I need when I go watch your video. I don't know what I'm looking for when I watch your video. So this is what I want to show you. It's very important. And some people may be familiar with it. Let me show you. Let me close that out. This is very important. 175 views in 6 days. Not bad, not bad. So, and I also want to say, listen, any video that you see and watch, can you do me a favor? Comment on it. You know, say a
Okay.
comment. This helped me. I would greatly appreciate that. This is why I do the videos. Comment. I'm at the 1,000 subscriber mark. So now I just need the time, and eventually I can actually make money off the YouTube videos. Not a whole lot, but the more you watch the videos, the more you comment, the more that'll help me. So I would appreciate it. But this is what I wanted to show you. This is very important. As you go to the video, you can hit show more.
Okay.
And you got chapters here.
Yep.
So when you got that hour video, you may be looking for something in specific that you're looking for that you don't know. So if you have your practice test or you took your test, you can look and it'll tell you here, and you can skip to that instantly. So if I want to know how to find the equation of a parallel line, I would click on that and then look at that. It goes straight to the section that's going to go over how to find the equation of a parallel line. So again, let me show you that again. You go to go to show more. And here you also, it'll show you the chapters here. System of equations, find missing value given mean. A lot of people miss that. So if I wanted to go to that, just that part, I could click on that and it'll go right there. I actually didn't go right there. I'm about 2 seconds behind. I was a little off, but close enough. But again, so to be efficient, I add the chapters to each video. Well, I try to add them to each video. Use those chapters. It will help you find what you're looking for much faster. And what I'm hoping is, again, if you see a video, comment, like, and all that good stuff. So this number right here, I'm trying to get the 50,000.
Okay.
Because then I start, then I start making some income. It ain't a whole lot, but just so you understand how this helps me as I'm helping you. Okay. So any questions before we leave this evening? Again, if you're new, make sure you put your email in the chat. And I'll send out the video later today, later tonight. Again, comment on any videos that you use and that helped you. And all that good stuff. So we had a little rough spot where I think for like 2 weeks, nobody passed. The last 2 weeks has been 2 or 3 each week. So again, you want to look at that as, oh wow, that person was in the class.
Yeah.
And now they passed. So now on average, I got between the highest I had in the last month was about 18 people in the session, but I'm averaging about 12 each evening. That's good. So again, we all in this together to help each other out. So come with your questions, come with your problems that gave you issues. So not only can you help yourself, but you'll help your classmates. Okay, so tonight we got, let's see, 3, 4, 7, 13. We got 13 this evening. Great turnout. Thank you very much. And everyone have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Tinsley. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Tinley.
You're welcome.